Hey, welcome back to the channel, you guys. I got a couple movies I want to put on y'all's radar, and not really. I'm just gonna put on this title the comparisons. I'm gonna say which one do I like as the title. So I'm gonna cut through it real quick and get right to it. I'm gonna do a series on movies that I like that have been made either twice or three times. Okay, so I'm gonna go with War of the Worlds, 1953, and then the War of the Worlds 2005. Yeah. Okay. Now, War of the Worlds 1953 is it was made back in 1953, obviously, and it was one of my favorite movies as a kid. And I was born in '59, so that tells you how old I am. But you know how it goes. Gene Barry and Ann Robinson is among the humans intrigued when a meteor-like object crashes to Earth, but its occupants are definitely not friendly. Woo, man! When I was a little boy, my imagination ran rampant because you're a little boy. We've all been little at one time. But what gets me is I still remember the very first time I watched that. I had to be about 6 or 7 years old because I was born in '59, so monster movies and horror movies and all that kind of stuff just really intrigued me. You know what I mean? I just was like, flying saucers and stuff like that. So when I finally did watch War of the Worlds, I was like 6 or 7 or 8 years old because a lot of movies I watched, I was inspired by my mom. Because it was my mom raised us and stuff, and then. I remember sitting down watching that movie, you guys, and it just brings back memories. Every time I watch this movie, I always think about Mom. She's gone now, man. It just seems like time flies. All the memories. But anyway, this movie came out in 1953, and it's it's 86 minutes long, and it's just the scientist, he befriends a girl, and they kind of like have this little, they're kind of falling in love over a period of time, and then they're trying to survive these aliens that flew crash to the earth, and their main objective is to kill everything and wipe all the humans, just wipe them out, and it's so funny watching this because as in 2000 and 2022, and that was made back in 1953. Yeah, of course, a lot of young people wouldn't like this because they could probably see the wires hanging off and stuff, and the technology ain't like it is today. But still, I still love the movie. It's good acting, and it was just such a great movie. So which one do I like the most? Well, I don't know yet because. Man, I remember taking my boys to go see War of the Worlds, and the reason why I was excited because it had Tom Cruise, and this is before Tom Cruise started doing all this, this crazy stuff like, breaking his foot and all that kind of stuff and doing all kind of stuff. I actually got War of the Worlds on 4K. Yeah, I would like to see them do a 4K remaster of the 1953 one. Anyway, so this one came out in 2005. Of course, Steven Spielberg was behind the realm of this one. So, I was jacked up to go see this one. So, this is the suspense, drama, science fiction short. And quite naturally, it's going to be slightly different than the original. But this is, H.G. Wells classic. That's what this is, H.G. Wells classic. You remember, you probably wouldn't remember that. But, he used to do a radio thing. And this back when people used to sit and actually look at a box and listen to people on the radio. I didn't have that. I was born in '59, so I was born right when things started getting a little bit more updated. So a little bit before my time. So H.G. Wells used to tell stories, and people used to actually eat their dinner, and then after they ate dinner, because it's a lot different back then. They'd sit on the living room floor with their mom and dad, and they listened to a story. Well, H.G. Wells told this story, and people took it serious. And there's actually been actual documents where people was running for cover and they was losing it, and they thought this was for real, and he was just simply telling the story over a radio broadcast. Look it up; it's very true. But anyway, Tom Cruise is in this one, and oh man, this was really, really good. I remember taking my boys to go see it. Now my boys are all in their 20s, and they were little when I took them to see this, and they enjoyed it. I still remember me taking my boys to go see these movies, man. We had so much fun. I didn't have much money then because I was a single dad, paying child support, getting them every other weekend, and that was our fun thing to do. But which one is my favorite? I have to go with War of the Worlds 2005 due to the fact I wanted to say 1953 one, but I like them both. Now, most of y'all out there probably wouldn't even give the 1953 a shot because you'd be like, oh man, I can see the wires, man, and it's like, oh, it's just, anyway. But I love them both. I love 1953 because it makes me think about my mom and a lot of people that was alive back then. I was just such a young kid, man, and I was watching all these science fiction movies and stuff. And, TV was a lot different back then, and it just, you didn't have the way TV is today. So, when something great came on, man, you just sit down and cross your legs, and after a while you went outside and played because that's all you did because you didn't have no, video game machines, you didn't have no electronics, no computers, stuff like that. So, that 1953 World of Worlds really brings back a lot of sentimental memories. But the only reason why this one I favorite the most is because I remember taking my 3 boys to go see this movie, And then I remember missing my daughter because my daughter, her mom took her to Cincinnati because she got married and she moved to Cincinnati. So I used to always say, oh, I wish Andrea was with us. And they used to listen to me say, oh, it'd be nice if Andrea can go with us. But we did get Andrea to go with stuff. That's my daughter's name, by the way. But, man, I couldn't do much with my 3 boys because we was just struggling back then. But, boy, we went and seen that movie. And, man, God, that movie was so good. And Tom Cruise, man, he killed it. And he had, Dakota Fanning in there, and I think it was Dakota Fanning in there, and it was just a good movie. I can't think of everybody's name in there, but it was just so good, and I have such fond memories. But yeah, War of the Worlds 2005. It's one that I like the most, but not really. But it's just because I think of my boys. We used to walk this bike path that goes to this theater, because it was like. It was a little ways away, but it was just we'd walk the bike path and then we just talk, and then we go see a movie, and good memories. But anyway, World of Worlds 2005. I like them both, but I'll give the slight edge to this one because it just had Steven Spielberg behind the realm, and then the acting was perfect across the board, and had some good actors in there. I'm not going to get into the names, but and then 1953. Like I said, I was born in '59, so by the time I did watch the 1953 when I was like maybe 6 or 7 or 8 years old, but boy, it blew me away, and I just was so fascinated by science fiction and horror and technology and flying saucers, and wondered if there was really a flying saucer out there. You know what I mean? So anyway, you guys, God bless. Take care. That's my comparison. Video. I got another one I'm going to put up here maybe in a couple days. So anyway, God bless. Take care. We'll catch you next video. We'll see you.